If somebody placed a tracking device onto your car to secretly follow you so they could take advantage of you, wouldn't you like to know about it? And wouldn't you like to be able to do something about it? Well, that's exactly what you're going to learn today in today's how-to video. After suffering an accident, people are often quite vulnerable. They may not be able to return to work or lead the life that they used to, but you could leave yourself a whole lot more vulnerable, open to exploitation from dodgy surveillance operatives if you ignore what I'm going to show you today. I'm Andrew Kift, producer of the Claim Defence Programme. I'm the author of The Claimant's Guide, How to Beat Surveillance and Keep Your Money, and I'm a covert surveillance specialist of some 20 years plus. And today, if you choose to watch, I'm going to show you one way to find out if your car has a tracker or bug stuck to it, and show you how to disable it or jam it quickly. Some surveillance teams that are sent to film accident victims who are claiming compensation use tracking devices. Even though they're illegal to use unless they ask you, which kind of defeats the object, they still do. They buy these GPS trackers on the internet and they're fairly cheap. And they attach them with powerful magnets to the bottom of your car. They do it really quickly. Have a look at this. When they drive off, they can follow you at a distance and you'd never know a thing had happened. When you reach your destination, they can film everything you do, or simply build up a picture of everywhere that you go, ready to film you on another day. Having worked out your daily routine, they can lie up an ambush for you and wait for you to arrive. Now, you can buy GPS tracking detectors and they're really good, but it means you have to sweep your car each time that you use it. So, first up, here's a simple method that can work really well. Use the radio in your car. If you're worried there's a GPS tracker on your car, turn on the radio and switch it to the AM dial. If you hear a consistent and loud tone, there's a likelihood you've been tracked. Now, this works on all the cheaper end GPS trackers that are used, but the better quality ones use frequencies outside of the AM radio band. But it's unlikely that an individual surveillance operative will buy a high quality GPS tracking device, as they're really quite expensive. There is another much more effective way, and that's to block the signal of the tracking device with something called a tracking jammer. These small and simple devices plug into your cigarette lighter or the power socket in your car, and they jam the GPS signal that the tracking device needs to send its signal to the receiving device, rendering the tracker useless. They're really easy to use, and as I said, you simply plug them into the cigarette lighter or the power socket in your car. They power up each time that you start your engine, and so they jam the GPS tracker right from the very start. You can pick them up on the internet fairly cheaply, anywhere from about £20 to £30, which would be effective for our particular usage, up to £150 or £200 for the really wide frequency jammers. The downside to this is that I live in the UK and they're definitely illegal to use here. I got in touch with Ofcom directly and they told me they're not illegal to buy, they're not illegal to own, but they are most certainly illegal to use. Whether they'd be able to detect if you were using one is highly unlikely in my view, but they are illegal in the UK. So if you go down the tracking jammer route, please find out about the legality of their use wherever you live in the world before buying them and using them. Lastly on this one, if you do find a tracking device on your car, the temptation would be to destroy it and smash it to pieces. And although I can understand this urge and desire, resist it. In my opinion, there are two far more satisfying options. Option number one, put it on somebody else's car and have the enjoyment of knowing they'll be running around all day chasing ghosts. And when the battery finally runs out on their tracking device, they'll have lost it forever. Now, you might need permission to put these things on other people's property, so ensure it's a friend or a relative's car and you have their permission. The second option, contact us. It's likely we'll be able to track it back to the owner or the receiving device. For more practical tips, tricks and advice on how to detect surveillance and neutralize its effect on you, go to our YouTube channel or follow the link below to www.activehouseuk.com. Please be sure to like and share this video so that other claimants just like you can benefit. You could also head over onto the website and enter the free monthly prize draw competition for a chance to win a complete copy of the Claimant's Guide, How to Beat Surveillance and Keep Your Compensation. Getting your compensation claim off to the best possible start. I'm Andrew Kift for Active House. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.